My journey as a makeup artist has been very diverse. I've done loads of different things: album covers, prosthetics, special effects, forensic work like this hand-painted human with a Y-stitch on a slab, people falling off buildings with prosthetics and jaws and contact lenses, washed down bodies. I thought I'd show you the best bits first. Hand-painted, decomposed bodies, to gangster movies where they've had their ears bitten off in the fight. And then things like making Paul Walker a bit more hunky and dark and brooding, and then throwing a spear appliance through this guy for Apocalypto. And then also doing things like arrows through the mouth, so you've got a total dental appliance and prosthetic to the face there, and we shot this in Mexico. I love doing things like this, it's a lot of fun. Sticking on pregnant bellies so that it works on camera, and when she's climbing up the side of that hill, there she is, trying to get out of the well. And then we've got prosthetic neck appliances, arrows to the neck, full piece, lots of blood, lots of goop, and then to the fun stuff. Yes, I've even painted dummies. And Jennifer Tilly for Seed of Chucky, loads of fun. And then I've done a bit of Dickensian hand-painted hair work, that's facial hair. I painted tattoos on by hand before there were transfers. But I started off in fashion because there were no films shooting when I left makeup school. I've done album covers, advertising campaigns, shoots all over the world, all sorts of things, and I've loved every moment, and I would definitely say that beauty has given me a tremendous discipline. But you know, I do love the crazy stuff, and it led me into movies, and beauty came back to save my backside, quite frankly, because if you do good beauty, then you can work very successfully in feature films. But the difference between feature films and all the other stuff is that it's got to be real and believable. You mustn't be looking at makeup, you mustn't be looking at how they look, you've just got to be accepting who they are and what they're doing on camera. And every single person in this reel has got makeup on in some guise or another, even if it's something as subtle as Mia's little scar on her lip there, or Michael's sweat and fake moustache, or hand-painted silvering round the hair, that's a haircut and colouring that I gave John Noble there, or bleached hair and moustache that I gave to David Wachowski. You know, broken down faces, people going through pain, telling stories, but all the time utilising your skills to just let the viewer believe in everything. I love doing feature films. I love doing makeup. I never grow tired of it. Naomi looks so radiant there. And then of course we go into comedies, and comedies are fun, a bit more beauty. You can sort of let go. Joan Allen looking fabulous, and Kevin Costner looking like a stoner. That was a load of fun. And here they all are together in all their glory for The Upside of Anger. And then you go back into character work with Mickey Rourke and Andy Serkis, with wigs and makeup and prosthetics. And you know, I do wigs too in Europe. I design them, have them made. You know, Alicia looking slightly worse for wear, and Missy Pyle with her snaky wig that we had made for her, and Bill Nighy, as you've probably never seen him. You know, Maria Bello playing a cutter, broken down, and then her very simple crazy. And here we go a little bit backstage with Melanie Griffith, my dear Melanie. And we have Spanish actress Paz Vega on set, and then me just looking through stuff behind the studio, checking through. More work on Paz Vega, beaten up makeups. And here is my lovely on-set makeup bag, a cornucopia of products. And Paz again with sweat and blood. I do a lot of blood. And here's Christina. Christina's always gorgeous, and I always seem to come back to beauty. It always brings me back, and it enables me to work with wonderful people, such as this lady, who I love working with and who's been very good to me. And, you know, we do go through a great path, and you meet people like James Bond. Well, even if it's not the current one, I love Pierce Brosnan. And here we are on set with Melanie Griffith again, another movie, another character makeup, and Paz looking beautiful. And I do get to meet actors that I really do respect, like Idris Elba here, who's a wonderful actor. And of course, oh my goodness, Will Smith's wife, Jada. There you go, Jada. And then doing subtle work and scarification. And of course red carpet, because I do red carpet. I'm old school, I do everything. You know, I turn my hand to everything because I can. And I think that if you can, you should, because why limit yourself? Period makeups are great. Detailed makeups like chip toenail varnish on a girl for another movie, old bruises on the neck. And then back to period makeup, 80s for Mila Jovovich and Mary Steenburgen. Lots and lots of fun. And then we come back again to body art, and I really do love tribal body work. It's so much fun. I love getting it right. I love seeing it through the lens. I love to see the effect that it has on the viewer. It makes me really proud and happy to be able to turn work out like this all the time and make new stuff out of my kit. And here's my makeup station for one of my jobs, and this is where I met Hallie on another movie. And then we do press launches, hugging up to Melanie. And of course, because we hug Melanie, we had to hug Antonio. And we had to do it twice because he wants more attention. Of course he does. He's Antonio. Here we are on set for Cloud Atlas. And then, of course, background artists. You have to pay the same sort of attention to background because they support your foreground. So they're very, very important. Melanie at the Golden Globes. And then here we have a makeup test for aging on my hands, which I rather liked, I have to say. You know, I make prosthetics, I make bald caps, I make all sorts of things. Here's my makeup station for my last movie, The Last Nights, which we shot in Prague. And I think that number of makeup brushes were 2 actors' makeup brushes. And this is what it tells you to do if there's an emergency. I was very honoured to be put on the front cover of Makeup Artist magazine, 100th special edition, for these makeups on Hallie, the Cloud Atlas, Merinim, Old Native 5-piece prosthetic, my favourite makeup Jocasta where I turned her white, an Indian lady, and of course Louisa Ray. All of those makeups had prosthetics in some form or another. I changed her skin tone no less than 5 or 6 times. I did all sorts of aging makeups on her and I loved it. And then The Last Nights, my most recent movie, much more subtle work here. Lots of scars, very delicate, broken down makeups. Lots of blood, translucent layers, beautiful organic work. And also because it was a sort of movie where I needed to pull stuff out of my rear end, I certainly did. I made most of my prosthetics, if not all in fact, and we had lots of wigs made. I had them made in London for me, and I was given the brief that they wanted it to look like a cross between Sons of Anarchy and Game of Thrones. And one of my favourite makeups is this little one, which I created purely out of my kit. Beautiful hand-painted job, and look how good those wigs look. You know, you can't tell that they're wigs at all. All the colours are so beautifully blended. Broken down body makeups, highlighting and shading, slices to the hand where I've coloured the blood, made the prosthetic and stuck it on set. Axel Henny with another wig on, because you want to be able to see a wig off the front as well as over the front. And then 3 different looks here for the beautiful Siân Park from Korea. Very tragic role in this movie, but a very beautiful woman. And then back to the hand at a slightly later stage where it's more congealed and the bruising is set in, and then Axel going through his crazy. But I did love the period looks. I loved doing it a little more editorial and making it look, you know, really great for camera. I loved all the character work, the aging makeups, the hair extensions we had to make. You know, I think everyone looked really amazing on this movie, The Last Nights. And of course, ultimately, I sum it up by getting a hug from God. What more could you ask for?